What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. Today we're going to be talking about what else? The stock market. We had an up day in the stock market today, and you can see all the green here. Semiconductors had a relief rally. Google and Meta were strong. Microsoft and some technology was doing all right. Telecom got hit pretty hard. Energy was pretty much down. Consumer defensive, except for Costco, had a little bit of a relief. Tesla up really good, back over 250. So we're going to be going through the Mag 7. We're going to be going through S&P 500, QQQ, and the Russell, and determining, is this just a short bounce before we have more downside, or did we really hit bottom at the end of the week last week? Before we get started, here's my disclaimer. Trading is risky. Blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and read this. All right. So if you're anything like me and you got stopped out, about a week ago, you don't want to, watch everything fly right back past your stop loss point just for you to get back in and then it go down again and then you compound your losses. Because if that were to happen, you would feel a little bit like this after feeling really smart for getting stopped out and missing all that down action. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see if this trend has really reversed or if it's just a temporary slowdown in the momentum, because stocks never go up in a straight line and they never go down in a straight line. So we're going to take a look at the SPY. Now you can see that this is the Ichimoku. You got the cloud down here, Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. We closed above the Kijun-sen today after closing below it on Friday. This is a bullish candle. However, we did not close above 550. We wicked above it and then got pushed back down. And you can see that we closed below the 10-day moving average. So I'm still skeptical, just a little bit. The RSI did come down. It hit 49 and then it bounced back up to 56. So how are we going to determine if this is a true reversal change? We're going to take a look at the Heikin-Ashis. And you can see here, we still have a red candle. It is an indecision candle. However, you would want to see a green indecision candle, kind of like this. See here, you had all these indecision candles over here. You had a green indecision candle followed by a green bullish candle. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for one of these. So we have not had one yet. Let's take a look at the Qs. Same thing with the Qs, but the Qs still closed below the Kijun-sen. So they're in a little bit tougher of a spot. Qs are also closing below the 50-day. They were not able to get above the 50-day today. Right, so this level here I have drawn 485. That's going to be a critical level for the Qs. Just getting above, closing a candle above this and getting ourselves a green Heikin-Ashi candle is really going to be critical here. You can see there's a huge volume shelf right here. However, if we were to break down, we're going to gap down and we're going to come back down to these levels right here, probably sit on the cloud. And you might hate me for saying this, but fingers crossed, I'm hoping that this happens because I do still have a decent cash position and it would be nice to pick up the reversal that happens down here. However, we are in a strong bull market. So as of today, I would put the odds at 50-50 right now. Last week, the way things closed, I mean, if you just look at the weekly candle, it looked very ugly. So we had our indecision, and this week so far, we're down like this. Still on a bullish trend on the weekly, but you can see the Heikin Ashis on the weekly are not looking good right now. They're looking like they're going to come down. But this candle is not yet formed. Looking at the Russell, I actually did re-enter the Russell today. We're going to go to the daily. And actually, I re-entered based on the 4-hour. The 4-hour gave us an entry here. So I have my stop loss set to the bottom of this, 217.45 roughly. I think that the Russell might continue to push, leaving the NASDAQ and the S&P behind. It could happen. We'll have to wait and see, you know, but the Russell's looking a little bit stronger, especially on the 4-hour chart. On the daily chart, you know, we did still have a red indecision candle, so yes, on the daily it's not looking as good, but you can see these candles, these red volume bars are coming down. And I do want to take a look at the Qs. Still heightened, you know, volume, red volume. This is still higher than average. Now let's take a look at technology. Technology is kind of in the same space. So right now, as of today, there does seem to be a slowing of the momentum, but I would not yet call this trend over. It's good that we're having some consolidation here. And, you know, the longer it goes, the closer we get to the cloud. So if you could see here, this is the Qs. You know, if we can go a few days, then the downside is going to be greatly mitigated because we're going to have the cloud here for support. All right. Let's take a look at the individual stocks here real quick. We're going to start with Microsoft. Microsoft showing us a reversal candle right here, and 440 was the key level that I drew, and it looks like that is holding for the moment. If I look at the 4-hour chart, we're in the cloud and hopefully pushing up out of the cloud. However, you know, we could hit this moving average and then come back down to the Gann level. Could happen. We do have, you can see we have lower volume for the most part on these green candles here. And it is an indecision. It's a doji. So let's take a look on my chart real quick. Microsoft. Right. So we did close above 441. But we are still below the 10-day moving average. We did not close above the 10-day moving average. So that's going to need to happen first. And many of these, so like Tenkan-sen, for instance, crossed under Kijun-sen on the daily. You have moving averages, you know, crossing. The 10-day crossed the 50-day. We are under the 50-day as well. So that's not really great to see. RSI levels... You know, we hit a new low on the RSI. We're not out of the woods yet. We do have a lot of price rejection from here. But we were not able to close above this fib level or the 10-day. So I'm still not entirely sure if Microsoft is. I wouldn't give this the green light just yet. Speaking of green, let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA had a good day today. We got ourselves a green doji. Tried to push ourselves back into the arc, but we were not able to get in. Tomorrow, I would love to see us push higher into the arc. That would be very important. We do have this Gann level here at 119, which does appear to be holding. You know, we closed under it twice. Today we had a good day, so I think we might see some sideways action, you know, because there seems to be like resistance here and questionable support here. I mean, there's been multiple times that we've hit this Gann level, so, and we closed under it 2 times last week, which is not good. We did have more volume today than the previous trading day, and a push higher, which is good. So NVIDIA for now, this is one of those stocks, in my opinion, Wall Street is not going to dump. They were underweight. Most Wall Street investors, the big funds, they were underweight this name during the big rally. And in order for them to hit their quotas and say, hey, I beat the S&P 500, they're going to have this in order to catch up. And so I don't think that you're going to see this 119 break. I think this is going to hold. Let's take a look at NVIDIA on my chart here. So we did close above the 10-day and the 50-day, which is bullish. You might also notice, I think, you know, call me crazy, but I think NVIDIA leads the market. I know, crazy thought, right? So it had its big sell-off before everybody had their big sell-off. And so they might rally before everyone else rallies. So keeping an eye on NVIDIA is probably a very good idea. Let's take a look at Amazon. Amazon did not do what it needed to do today. Heikin-Ashi candles are still red, still trending down. It does appear that this cloud is a level of support. So I would love to see some green candles form here before fully entering into my position. I did pick up some shares right here, though. I re-entered half of my position right here. I do feel that earnings is gonna push this company past 200. I do feel that way because they're profitable. They're unstoppable. It's Amazon. You know, this should be a $200 stock. It's all because of Jeff Bezos selling the crap out of all of his shares. Taking a look at my charts here. So yeah, we bounced off the 200-day, but we closed below this trend line I have drawn. And it's a loose trend line, but still we closed below it today. So I'm still looking for downside, and I would love to re-enter, you know, pick up the rest of my shares right at this level right here. We may see it, you know, hit the bottom of the cloud or something before creating some sort of reversal indicator. But yeah, Amazon, I would not give this a green light just yet. Meta had a good day today. We do have we are back in the ARK, and we do have a bullish Heikin-Ashi candle on the daily. So it does appear that the cloud saved it. And did we actually close in the ARK? We closed in the ARK, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the ARK. I'm tempted to pick up another share here. This thing is a wild ride, though, if you can't tell. I am a little tempted to pick up a share here and maybe set a tight stop loss. This seems like a decent one. Call it 483.25. Yeah, this level does seem to be important. So by closing above here, let's go to the 4-hour. So there's a cloud overhead on the 4-hour, but we do have solid Heikin-Ashi candles pushing us. 481.98. Let's see here. Trying to find a good stop loss for this. I would say we're going to go back to regular candles here. Roughly 481, somewhere around there, I think would be a decent stop loss, I may pick up another share. The 480, 481. Yeah, I think that's an appropriate. I think that would be an appropriate stop loss, and potentially we could see a push up through the arc again, heading into earnings. So Meta looks strong today. Like I said, it could be. Let's take a look at my chart. Let's take a look at the RSIs. Let's see if we can glean anything else. We do have a curving of the MACD, which I like to see. Yeah, we're sitting right on the cloud. We're over the 10-day. The 50-day is still above us at about $500. So that's obviously going to be some resistance. I don't know that we break $500 before earnings. Earnings is in a week and a half. So, yeah, while I'm tempted to do this, I think I'm going to have the wait and see approach, because even if we have like a decent 1, 2, 3, 4 day, earnings could just send us down. So I'll have to think about it. Google also looking good on the 4 hour. We pushed out of the arc, out of the cloud. Closing right on top of the cloud. Tenkan-Sen, we're over it again. Bottom of the cloud held. Top of the cloud, it kind of remains to be seen, if you ask me. Let's take a look at Apple. Too many A's. Apple. Apple doesn't even want to touch this angle, it seems like. We are in the arc. I'm going to go to the daily, go to Heikin-Ashi candles. So we did get an indecision doji Heikin-Ashi candle today. So trend not necessarily over just yet. I'm going to pull up my chart here. Apple sitting on the... Oh, that was still Google. Okay. Yeah, we're still over the 50-day. We continue to close at about 223. So I don't see any uptrend forming just yet for Apple. However, this just like Nvidia, I think is one of those stocks Wall Street doesn't want to sell too much of. Same with Tesla. Speaking of Tesla, let's check in on Tesla. Tesla, I love this. Okay. Big deal. So we do have earnings tomorrow. You're going to want to watch. So this 244 level, 244.83 is the GAN level. And it does appear to be holding. We have our one green doji. And tomorrow, I would suspect that we see a push up. But I wouldn't just jump into it. I would wait for earnings. I would definitely wait for earnings. If you see after earnings, it's starting to push higher, and it looks like it's trending up, I might jump in because a stop loss can be placed right around this GAN level, and we would be, going to our next leg up to 295, 300 bill. So Tesla, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'd love to get myself some Tesla shares. It looks like we might be close to that day. Let's take a look at Netflix. Netflix has been having some interesting movement. So still red candles on the Heikin-Ashi. On the actual candle, we had a green doji today. So we're in between the cloud and the Tenkan-Sen Kijun-Sen. on my chart, yeah, the cloud. So yeah, we're kind of in a holding pattern. I don't think it really knows what it wants to do. I don't think it wants to go below the cloud. And I think it's going to be sensitive to what happens to the overall market. If the overall market starts to, continue to rally up, then, you could see Netflix come along with it. Costco. So we're kind of in a range here. On the Heikinashis, we do have a green doji candle on the daily. And if you look at the 4-hour, we're trying to push up out of the 4-hour cloud. So Costco the bottom might be in on Costco. We'll have to see, tomorrow if we get a nice push higher, then we could be having a trend reversal for Costco. Eli Lilly, Eli Lilly is an important name. This GAN level of 851 does appear to be holding. It does appear to be holding. But it doesn't appear to really want to go to the next level yet. It's not really... who knows? You might see it like bounce around within this fib channel up to the arc again. So we'll keep an eye on Eli Lilly. If I look at the 4-hour, let's take a look at that. Let's get a little more granular. Heikin-Ashi. So yeah, on the 4-hour, you have a pretty tight action here. We do have it looks like a trend reversal on the 4-hour. Wonderful. Let's take a look at CrowdStrike. Oh boy. CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is coming down for this angle right here. I know in a previous video I bought in at the 300 level. This morning I put in a, before this morning I put in a sell order because I realized even if there's a bounce, there's not gonna be anything but downward pressure on this stock for quarters and quarters to come. It's gonna be a while before this thing blows over. And so I actually took a look at SentinelOne today, and man, I should have sold it when it was up here, but I thought, wow, I mean, this could be a multi-bagger or something, so I held on, and then it drew down all the way to all the way to here. Yeah, take a look at SentinelOne's price action today. Let's go on the 30-minute. So yeah, I bought pre-market right around here, and it just said wee, and then it wee, and now it's back up to pretty much where my break even is. And on the Heikin-Ashi 30-minute, we're back in business, on the 30-minute. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more upward momentum to get us into the arc tomorrow. That's what I am counting on. Roblox is another trade that I took today. Let's do the daily here. So I saw on the 4-hour before, it was, the trend was reversing and we had some strength. And so I took a trade and it's working out so far. On the daily, I got my stop loss set right around here. I think I actually have it a little under. But yeah, Roblox is a name to keep an eye on. We do have good Heikin-Ashi candles. We are above Tenkan-sen, above Kijun-sen. Chikou span is correct. The cloud is almost back to where it needs to be considered an uptrend. Almost back. I think we're heading to this GAN level of 42.96. I think that's the goal of this little move here. So bullish Roblox. I don't even know what Roblox are. I'm too old, but I know Kramer likes the stock. Visa Let's look at the Heikinashis on the daily. Yeah, Visa's still just kind of floundering. SoFi, we're in the arc. I mean, what can I say? We're in the arc. It doesn't really, it's like mission accomplished until earnings, I think is what we're going to see here. I don't know that we're going to get above this Gann level. Unless the Russell just starts ripping again, that could push it higher. Now, if I see like a green reversal, I may re-enter some of my shares to see if we can get, you know, with the $8 sort of price target, just to see if I can squeeze a little bit out of this movement, because there is a lot of momentum in this name right now. Speaking of momentum, marijuana. All right, so CGC is trying to push out of the cloud on the 4-hour, and on the daily, look at this strong movement. So, you know, we have strong Heikin-Ashi bars. You can see on the regular candles here, we got bought all the way through today, breaking the highs of last week. And we're going to get some resistance at about 850. The cloud is up there. But yeah, this looks like a reversal of trend to me. This was a higher low, actually a double bottom. We had a double bottom here with strong price movement upwards. So I'm looking at CGC to the upside. I don't know that you necessarily want to enter in tomorrow at 4 a.m. Because, you know, just because we got bought all the way through doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get bought all the way through tomorrow. But I am liking what I'm seeing. You could even, you know, if you want to break it down to like a 4-hour or a 1-hour chart on the Heikin-Ashi and try to like squeeze some, you know, some bit out of the movement, you know, that might be one way to play it. Let's look at Palo Alto Networks. I just want to look at some of these cybersecurity names because it's kind of interesting with what's happening with CrowdStrike. So we do have 2 green Heikin-Ashi bars in a row, but they're both indecision bars. So I would not be entering, I would not be saying like, oh, we have a reversal of trend. Now it does look like Kijinsen held. We did close, did we close above Tenkan-Sen? We closed above Tenkan-Sen today. It was a red bar, but we closed up higher today. This may be a buy signal. I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to do the wait and see method on this one. What's another stock we can take a look at? Let's take a look at Uber. Uber finding support on the top of the arc, but not really able to get into the cloud, and we broke the Gann at 69.20. So yeah, that's a no for me. Heikin-Ashi candles are probably red. Yeah. So I don't know that I'm ready to jump back into Uber just quite yet. Shopify's moving down. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 59 again for Shopify. What other stocks should I look at? Why don't you go ahead and comment below something that you're holding and you're wondering, you know, is it going to go down? Is it going to go up? I would love to take a look at it and analyze it for you. I hope that you found some value in this video. If you did, if you could please hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm. I am a new channel trying to grow my channel, and your help with that is appreciated. And if you like this video, why don't you consider subscribing and join me on this journey of stock analysis. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Risky Ryan, out.